Hey everyone, we're back with Chaos Child. Last time we started chapter 4 and kind of got into the... I think we're going to start getting into the more supernatural side of the Chaos series. Which I assume we'll have, you know, we have like Giglomaniacs and D-Swords and stuff. That's all got to be here. Well, I know D-Swords are here. Oh, Autopsy. Okay. Shinjo grimaced. The smell of death was enough to make him nauseous. It's always weird going from the like slightly more anime art style to the slightly more realistic art style. Watabe Tomoaki's body had been taken to a university hospital, put on an autopsy table less than 2 hours after his death. Normally an autopsy would never be held this quickly. There was paperwork that needed to be filled out and the family needed to agree. Really? But Watabe's death was so bizarre that a cause of death needed to be found as soon as possible. I mean, I'd assume if like, you know, in the cases of murder and other things that the family wouldn't need to agree. Like, couldn't the family just kill him and then be like, oh yeah, you don't need to do an autopsy, it's okay. Shinjo had taken a hard line with his superiors and used rather forceful methods to get the family's permission to perform a lightning-fast autopsy. The police force as a whole seemed determined to avoid a repeat of the failures 6 years ago. Oh, did they never do autopsies then? But what was truly unexpected was Kunosato's statement that she would attend the autopsy as well. I forget what the official story is. Did they pinned it on someone, right? But not... I swear that someone got accused of it, but it wasn't actually them. And I don't know. You know, I did just have the thought, are we gonna see any more Chaos Head characters? Like, it would be cool, right, if we had a Takuji, I think that was his name, team up. Or, I mean, really any of the characters. Like, my favorite was the purple hair girl. You know who she is. Anyway, since he couldn't let a civilian, especially a high school girl, attend an autopsy unsupervised, he'd been forced to go with her. They're really just letting her do anything, huh? The hospital's autopsy room was kept clean and very different from the musty atmosphere you often saw in foreign movies. But to Shinjo, the invisible smell of death was still thick in the air. It was nothing like seeing a body at a crime scene. It was almost physically uncomfortable. But Kunosato Mio, as far as he could tell, didn't seem bothered at all. Shinjo and Kunosato were watching the autopsy from their waiting room next door. The wall had glass to allow them to see into the room. External and internal examinations had been completed. Now they were opening up the stomach and examining it.
She knows
everything.
今日わざわざ渡部の対談を見に行くと言い出したのはなぜだ。それどころか有村ひなえにも渡部と接触するよう昨日から指示していたんだろう。
She did? Wait, is this the next day? Or is this the same day? I need to keep track of... Wait, no, it's still the 10th. So Arimura contacted Watabe yesterday? Or is that she gave the order to contact him yesterday?
まさか実は君が黒幕だとかいうオチはやめてくれよ。
そうできるならそうしてもいいかもな。
That's like, I mean, the please, you know, Shinjo is giving her a lot of power for just a random, you know, high schooler. Shinjo couldn't tell if she was serious or not. He spent the last several days with her, and he still had no idea what she was thinking.
渡部が殺されるかもしれないという予感はあった。予感を確信に変えるために有村に接触するように指示したんだ。だがまさか今日殺されるという予想はしていなかった。
Sure.
有村ひなえが渡部に接触すると何がわかるんだ。
She didn't answer him. Even though he was sharing police information with her, would it really kill her to be a little more cooperative? I forgot to go back and watch.
スクープを連発しすぎていたと思わないか？
I meant to go back and watch. Remember the miniskirt detective episode? I remember that title because it's still the best illusion.
それが何か？
Just as he spoke, he heard a muffled moan come from the corner. Yeah, surgeon?
これは
There were microphones in the autopsy room that would let them hear anything said there.
どうしたんだろう。
こんなの信じられない。
どうしたんだ。
Shinjo pounded on the glass and motioned for the coroner to explain. The coroner nodded and moved the body so that they could see it better, and he held up a pair of tweezers. Punched the tweezers into Watabe's open abdomen. What, they pulled out like an organ? Yeah, those are supposed to be there, buddy. From where Shinjo and Kunosato were standing, they couldn't see inside. The tweezers seemed to grab something.
見てくれ。
That was all he said as he lifted up the tweezers. Between them was... Yeah! Obviously, what do you think they were? His neck? A sumo sticker in excellent condition.
胃の中で見つかった。
Duh!
綺麗すぎるな。
Why does it have the Windows logo? It wasn't twisted or broken. The sticker was almost entirely intact.
それだけじゃない。こんなのは異常だ。
Suddenly, Kunosato opened the door leading into the autopsy room.
おい、勝手に。
I mean, you've let her do everything so far. She doesn't... Why would you respect authority now? You couldn't go in there without changing your clothes or disinfecting yourself. You tried to tell her that, but gave... No, she has a lab coat on, it's fine. It was more important to find out what the coroner had seen. So he followed her in, even though he knew he wasn't supposed to. Coroner said nothing. He just stood there silently, holding his tweezers. Even Kunosato looked shocked at what she saw inside the body. So was Shinjo.
これは。
He covered his mouth with a handkerchief. It was just too bizarre. Watabe's stomach was so swollen, it seemed ready to burst. And inside the stomach, he could see not just dozens, but hundreds of sumo stickers.
まだちゃんと確認はしていないが、食道にも異常なほどの膨張が見られる。
Did they not like see the stage? Because, I mean, you'd think it'd be pretty obvious what was going to be in his stomach.
シールが途中で詰まっている可能性が高い。
Which one's the esophagus? Is that? I don't know organs.
考えられる死因は。
窒息死だろうな。
つまりこういうことか。
Suffocation by like being unable to breathe through sumo stickers, or?
渡部は窒息するほど
Yeah, okay.
何枚も何枚も何枚も力士シールを飲み込んでいたと。
No one, not Shinjo or the coroner, said a word. By the time Kazuki and I got back, back from the police station, the school looked completely different. We're back with Takuyo now. You know, the coroner was just really like, you know, he didn't even glance at it a second, like, oh yeah, a random high school girl is, you know, now in charge. You know, who cares? Oh, they took it down? Bustling school building was now almost completely empty. All the police tape was gone except for from the gym where the death had occurred, was to finish their examination of the area. From the look of things, if I went back into the club room, probably wouldn't find anyone there. But for now... Huh?
ああ、タク、花ちゃん、おかえり。
Hey guys, I thought you went home.
なんだ、思ったより早かったな。
Terika and Ito were there.
有村は
We went straight home after we left the station. Were you guys waiting for us?
誰が好き好んで野郎を待たなきゃいかんのだ。和樹のことを待ってたんだよ。
Shut up, you tsundere. Kazuki gave Ito a little bow.
花ちゃん、騙されちゃダメだよ。しんちゃんは片付けに時間がかかってるだけだから。ん？
こらこら、言うなお前は。
But they gotta clean up like the bot. What? That's what I figured, but oh, I guess they are working for the student council, aren't they? But a little, no, a lot better. Still see that awful corpse when I close my eyes. Since I hadn't eaten anything since this morning, there's nothing to go up my throat except stomach acid. Because of that, my esophagus was starting to hurt. Oh no, there's stickers in there! Just being able to talk to everyone like this made me feel a lot better. Oh, but if you're cleaning up, does that mean they canceled the festival?
うん。タクが出てった後、アナウンスがあって。
Yeah, you know, a guy dying kind of makes it hard to keep it going. I see. I was thinking they might just postpone it.
ま、しゃあねえわな。なんたって殺人だからな。
Since it might have to do with all the other strange deaths, the school probably didn't have much of a choice.
で、お前らの方はどうだったんだよ。犯人扱いとかされなかったか？大丈夫か？
Yeah, nope, they arrested me. Going to jail for 20 to life. Why would they suspect me? I'm an important witness.
だからじゃねえか。ミステリーで目撃者っつったら容疑者確定だろ。
Is this foreshadowing? Do I need to screenshot this? You watch too many detective shows. But still, just like Shinjo said earlier, it makes sense if they suspected me. I think. This is the second time after the revolving dead incident that someone had died near me.
それにしてもさ、本当に今日事件が起こるなんてな。これで俺たちの推測は当たってた。ってことだな。
Second time since revolving. Okay, I think that sentence is just phrased weird. Because it sounds like they're saying that after Revolving Dead, there's been 2 murders. But I get what it's saying. Yeah. I leaned my tired body back into a chair and looked at the map on the wall. Now there's even more evidence. We could be certain at this point that what had happened this morning was in some way related to the New Gen madness. But still don't know who had done it or why. The sumo stickers that made me sick every time I saw them were the only clue we had. This time they were used as a murder weapon in Watabe's death.
Huh? なんだって?
I guess he's feigning ignorance. We know Ito's the true villain. To be honest, I didn't really want to remember that. There's no way to know this unless you'd experienced it for yourself, but seeing something in a video and seeing it in person are 2 radically different things. The biggest difference is the smell. Even if there's no blood, like this morning, there's still a unique stench in the air. Part of it was the smell of vomit, and the excrement that slid out of the body after the muscles had relaxed, but it was more than that. It's a unique stench that corpses possessed. The smell of death, you might call it. Okay, stop being poetic. Whenever I said the body in my mind, I also remember that scent.
警察の話だと、渡部の死因は窒息死だよな。口の中に例のシールがいっぱいだったんだろ。
シールを口に入れられて。
When did the police say that? Because that last scene made it sound like they were just finding out about it. Ito, we're taking a screenshot of that one. Ito. Why would the police be talking to Ito? Well, actually, we did see that whole scene with Shinjo was here. Look, if they didn't mention the suffocation with stickers, Ito is a suspect. I'm going to go back and watch. Is that 25?
犯人はなんでそんなことしたんだ？つうかさ、そもそも今までの事件と犯人が同じだと思うか？
どういうこと？
だってなあ。
Ito stopped and shrugged. What, you're saying it's all one person, Ito? How do you know that unless you're the person? I knew what he was trying to say. If we assume that all these incidents were related, why did Don't Look audio bleed and Revolving Dead? This murder seemed very different. Taylor jammed sumo stickers into the victim's mouth until he choked. It was cruel, sure, but it felt sloppy, brutal, and crude. But I thought so too, until I heard what the police were saying. But when I was leaving the station, I heard the cops talking about the results of the autopsy. That's convenient. They said Watabe's stomach was filled to the brim with sumo stickers. So this case was every bit as weird as the other 3. I tried to get out of the chair. I was still a little tired, so I staggered a bit. Seems to me that if you look at the incidents in order, it's clearly part of the same set.
これまでの事件と共通点があるってこと？
That's what I want to talk about. I'll go over everything in order. Okay, do it. That's right, when I was about to explain, included a critical factor that we never even considered before. This is what I talked to Sirika about before I left for the police station. Tell me more about what you were saying before, the psychics.
さっきの話？
Yeah, they're talking about psychics.
そうそう、なんかね、変なんだって、これまでの事件が。
Yeah. Of course they're weird. That's why we're investigating them.
ああ、そういう意味じゃなくてね、死んだ被害者の人たちが。
I think they cut it off before she said this last time, right?
最初の犠牲者、こっちみんなの人のニア生のタイトル知ってるよね。
PIL, I can see the future, right?
本当にね、その未来を予知できたのかもって。
Oh. Have all the people been gigalomaniacs? Huh? Crazy. Was it some kind of joke? Or, well, I mean, they don't have to actually be gigalomaniacs. They're coming after us.
で、次の音漏れ単なんだけど、ライブに来てた人が変だったんだって。
There's a speaker in her stomach for that one, right? Weird? How?
ね、なんか熱に浮かされてたみたいな感じ？歌自体は大したことないんだけど、歌声に取りつかれたみたいな。
Yeah, in my notes, all I have is Angel Singer gets speakered. So I mean, that's that's not a lot to go on. The first one is Oracle Twitch guy eats hand. I vaguely recall that. It opens up with that scene, right? Victim in the revolving dead is Kakita. He's beheaded. I don't see what's psychic about him. I don't really get what you're saying.
そんなこと言われても、そう言ってたんだもん。
Whatever. Did they say something about revolving dead too?
バイトなのに業績がすごく良かったって。
He's really good at his job. He's a psychic. That's not just because he's good at his job.
そうなんだけどね。なんかこう、相手の望んでることがわかるっていうか、もしかしたら盗聴でもしてるんじゃないかって陰で言われてたみたい。
Okay. You know, that's devotion to his job.
私が聞いたのはこれで全部だけど。
Yeah, great job. Thanks for catching all that. My subconscious.
もしかして役に立つ？
Yeah. Now shut up. Shijo-san and Kunosato-san were talking very softly, so I hadn't been able to hear them at all. It was definitely thanks to Serika that we had this information. But still. Psychic powers? That's impossible. Or maybe like it, not even subconscious. Serika is his psychic powers.
Oi, Miyashiro-kun! Mada nano ka?
Shut up, Wakui. Sorry, I'll be right there. How you doing, Kazuki? Oh, why are you looking at me like that? Did you see that she changed her expression? After what I'd heard from talking to Serika, it was unbelievable, but if I looked at all the cases so far in light of that, I'm gonna go over the case once more to make sure of all this. Take a look. Wait. Was Kakita, the guy who got beheaded, revolving dead, you know, was he not a police officer? I thought he was. What? I don't know, maybe I made that up. Turn to face the board on the wall. When I did, I could feel strength coming back to my tired body and mind. It was fine. What happened this morning hadn't made me afraid. Everyone looked at the Shibuya map, even Kazuki. You're not gonna play ESO too? Maybe that's her psychic power. She's good at video games. For some reason, Kazuki always participated when we used this. Oh, whatever. Because she's a spy. Look, this is a classic way to solve a whodunit. Just suspect everyone. If you make a theory where everyone is the culprit, at the end when they say, oh yeah, it's this guy, you'll go, yeah, I knew it. See, I even said it was that guy. Start with the first case. Key points to follow were on were what I'd heard from Serika before going to the police station, what I knew about the victims. Together that implied that... See, so that's it. Of course. Naruhodo. No, wait, that can't be right. That'd explain everything. Actually, there are a lot of things that could only be explained that way. My mind was racing. I soon felt a curiosity welling up within me that overrode the terror and disgust I felt when I was at the scene of the murders. That has to be it. It's unbelievable, but it's possible. Probably a stupid idea. If it were true, it'd be incredible. Shut up and get on with it. Change everything we thought we knew about the world. What is it? It's creepy when you just laugh like that out of nowhere.
だってね、なんかいつものタクに戻ったなって。
I've decided I'm the main character again. Oh. Now that I thought about it, I got so excited I've forgotten about the nightmares that are going on around me. To get back on topic, I realized something. This may not have any direct connection to the killer, but I discovered something that the cases have in common that's important. Might even be world-changing. See Katsuki gasp in surprise.
マジかよ。
すごい。
Everyone was looking at me as I explained everything piece by piece. First, Watabe's murder is part of what people are calling the return of the new gen madness.
でもよ、さっきも言ったけど、ただの窒息死なんだろ？
No, that's not completely accurate. Watabe suffocated, yes, but not just from having sumo stickers stuffed into his mouth.
どういうことだ？
Stopped for a moment and took a deep breath. I knew that when I imagined it, I was gonna shiver again. His entire stomach was full of sumo stickers when he died. Everyone's eyes went wide. You could tell that they were trying to figure out the meaning of what I just said.
胃の中まで？それって。
Why is that? What, they think he just had like squirrel cheeks with the sumo stickers? Like, come on. Instead, he willingly swallowed, or was forced to swallow, a huge amount of sumo stickers. Since they were found undamaged in his stomach, we know he didn't chew them either. That's how he suffocated and died. That's what happened.
そいつはまた。
I mean, I guess they didn't see the crime scene. That's not sloppy. That's insane.
だったら、確かに今回の事件も一連の事件と同じ流れの中にあるってことになるわけか。
But hold on. Go back to that line I took a screenshot of Ito. Oh, no, not that one. The police said he suffocated us, right? His mouth was full. Okay. You're lucky, Ito. I nodded and wrote in a brief overview. It'd be nice if I could actually like read that. Like, it's so tiny, I could barely make it out. If I get close to the screen. 1:28 p.m. Pacification, or you know, the suffocating is the fancy word for that. Yeah, nothing new in there. Looks like. I like how all these have a fancy name, but this one is just Watabe case. Like, that's Vampire. I remember that one. I've always wondered if that one was connected to
それがさっき言ってた世界の常識を覆すほどの共通点なのか？
Remember Steins Gate, the jelly? Like, there's one ending in Steins Gate, a spoiler, where a character is turned into like a green jelly thing like that. I won't say who would be spoilers, but well, not an ending. It's like, what's the Embassy of New Zealand doing over? You think that's relevant? You think they're coming to get what do they call them? What's the word for, is it? I want to say Kiwi, but I don't want to say that it'd be like racist. Am I allowed to say Kiwi? An informal name for New Zealanders. I'm right. Let's go. It's generally viewed as a symbol of pride and affection for most. Okay, woo, I'm not racist. Woo, okay. Well, that's just confirming that his death was the same as the other murders. Just about to get to the main point. I stopped talking for a second and looked around at everyone's faces. What's over here? Shibuya Sky Park, bookshop. First, the victim in the Don't Look case, Otani Yuma. He said he couldn't see the future. He could see the future.
んなの、ただの煽り文句だろ。
Just let me finish. Ito shrugged and stopped talking. As for Takayanagi Momone, the girl in the audio bleed case, her fans all claimed her voice had a strange power to it. That just listening to it could put you in a trance.
あの刑事さん、そんなようなことを言ってた。
クラブとかで踊ってる連中と同じだろ。音楽や歌が聴いてる人間をトランス状態にするのはよくあることだ。
But you need a pretty specific conditions to get that effect, though, okay? Basically the whole point of a club. But Takayanagi Momone did all of her concerts on the street with no equipment at all.
まあいいや、続けてくれ。
Yeah, keep talking. And then there's the victim of the revolving dead case, Kakita Hinonori. Supposedly, he was capable of reading his clients' minds.
おい、まさか。
Ito seemed to realize what I was trying to say. That was my partner for you. He's got good intuition. So the expression was different on the sumo sticker in Watabe's photo, right? I already told everyone that the expression on the sumo sticker had photographed at the Love Hotel, the one in Watabe's article, were different. First I thought it was photo editing or something. There are rumors that Watabe was doing that in fact. Evidently that's not it. I asked the detective and he told me there are no signs that Watabe's photo was digitally altered. Which means... When did he ask him that? I don't remember that. I mean, I don't remember a lot of things about Chaos Child at this point. There's a chance that many of Watabe's too good to be true photographs weren't taken with a camera. Probably use some form of psychic photography. Oh, I mean, that's a leap in logic. Wrote everything that occurred to me down on a memo and pinned it to the map. Obviously, this is Chaos, you know, Child, so it's not impossible, but don't laugh, Ito. I'm serious. I'm not sure I buy this though. Ito laughed as they put it up.
いやいや待てって。いくらなんでもそりゃないだろ
え、しんちゃん、今ので分かったの？
See, if you told me that, if like you were to say that you know, the culprit is targeting people who may or may not be psychic, right? Just for like, you know, pretense of it, I'd believe that, right? Like maybe, you know, they're hunting down gigolomaniacs or whatever and, you know, just looking for anyone who may be one, right? But like this is like, I think that's a leap too far. Kazuki seemed irritated that Ito had figured out the answer before her. She started to bang on the wall like she always did. Come on, stop that. Wait. Banging on the wall. That one sound. Baby?
「要するに宮代はこう言いたいんだ。今回の事件の被害者に共通するのは全員不可解とも思える現象を引き起こしていたという点だ。それが意味するのは
They have magic. Yes, it means that they... I mean, this is probably more in line with the series, but had special powers. That's right, they all...
彼らは特殊な能力を持っていた。そうだな。
Ito took the words right out of my mouth.
特殊ってつまり？
No, I heard Shinjo use the word psychics. They had psychic powers.
超能力？
We're fantasy now.
超能力って
That's true.
ミステリー小説だったら奮発物どころか読者が怒っちまうぜ。
Unfortunately, this isn't a book. It's real.
だったらなおさらだよ。なあみんな。
Ito looked around at the others, expecting them to agree. But while Kazuki had looked surprised for a moment, she quickly returned to her usual inscrutable expression, and Sariko was excited about something completely different.
超能力ってあれでしょ？こう透明になって女子更衣室に忍び込んだりするやつ。
Yeah, that's the first thing, you know, Sariko would want to do. Sneak into the girls' locker and go, no, no, no! Where did that come from? That might be one power, but normally means more like telepathy or something.
あ、テレパシーいいな。携帯電話とかいらないから料金かからないし。
That'd be very useful for talking to you right now. Forget it, I should just give up on trying to talk to you about anything complicated.
でもさ、超能力なんて言い始めたら何でもありだろう。それこそ誰かが遠くから超能力を使って殺人を犯したとか。
Yeah, see, that's the kind of problem I have with the, you know, the murder mystery where magic or, you know, magic-esque things kind of sort of exist. And by kind of sort of, I mean they do. And I don't think they're that powerful. Like, maybe you only get one power or something. But it's like JoJo's or Hunter x Hunter or something. It's a shonen. Don't forget, it's not the killer who has the powers, it's the victims.
でも被害者が超能力者ってことは犯人もそうだってことも考えられるだろ
Well, yeah. That's certainly possible. Or no, it might actually be very likely.
ああ、そういえばさ。
Erica cut the two of us off. Her voice was easygoing and unconcerned.
前にアットチャンネルか何かでそういう都市伝説があるってタク言ってなかった？確か渋谷で生活してると不思議な力が身につくとか。
Is that a thing? Oh, that's right. How could I have forgotten something so important? Ito's eyes lit up at that.
ああそれなら俺も知ってるけどさでもあれって地震で死んだ人の霊が取り付くとかなんとか言われてる話だろいくらなんでもそれはな
Yeah, I mean, this entire scene is a little bit of a leap in logic. But I mean, it's gonna be at least half right. What if the thing that the spirits came later and only the powers themselves were real?
んなこと言ってもさ
火のないところに煙は立たないって言うよ。
Because, I mean, really what it seems like to me is the first guy, you know, claimed to have psychic powers, right? Takuya saw that and it's like, oh, let's make this, connected this to the other victims, right? And so, you know, with the angel girl, you could just say, oh yeah, she's good at playing music and people, you know, are being nice about it. The third guy, he's literally just good at his job. Like, that's not...
火の気のないところに火をつけて回るのがアットチャンネルだろうが
それはそうだけど。
But Onoe heard them saying something about psychics, didn't she?
そう、
Did she?
そうだよ。警察の人が言ってたもん。
だからってよ
Ito still didn't seem willing to accept it. Well, I can understand that. Even I thought this was a little crazy. But for some reason, it felt to me like this was the explanation closest to the truth. I understand what you're trying to say. Can we at least consider it as a hypothesis?
それはまあ
He fell silent. Normally, Kazuki would have gotten bored with all this talking and gone back to her computer, but today she wasn't moving. She wasn't participating in our conversation, but for once, she seemed interested.
まあ100歩譲って宮代の仮説が正しいとしようじゃないかじゃあもう一つの共通点との関係は
もう一つの共通点って？
They're dead? The sumo stickers.
あ、そっか。
Sumo stickers are involved in the case too. You could say that this time they're actually the murder weapon.
そもそもなんで全ての現場に力士シールがあるんだろうな
To brainwash? I don't know.
普通に考えたら殺された人が残すんだよね。ダイビングメッセージだっけ？
Diving message? The dying message. Yeah, okay. Look at that one. Message left by someone on the verge of death. They often utilized in mysteries, where they are left behind by the murder victim as a clue to find the killer. Several cases where the dying message was left behind by real murder victims. This time, the stickers themselves are the murder weapon, so that doesn't count.
となると犯人が置いてったってことだよな自分がやったってことを分からせるためかあるいは
Send a message to someone, huh? Means that card would have had some kind of meaning that all the victims understood. The only thing that they have in common that we know about now is that they had special powers.
あ、電話だ。
Sarika took her phone out of her pocket and looked at the screen, then frowned and looked at me.
のんちゃんから。
Oh, hey, we forgot about her, oh.
ということで吉祥寺で今
Ramen restaurants.
ラーメン店3つご紹介しました
Okay, I guess I call it there. Like 35 is a good amount of time. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time when